Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Drew Hess. I'm a blade engineer at Sikorsky Aircraft. I live in New Haven, Connecticut. This is my first semester with the engineering management program, taking both product development and high technology ventures and marketing with Dr. Kirschling. And it's been quite a pleasure to kick the engineering management program off with these two classes. It's hard to believe it's already May, but we'll go ahead and launch into my final brief. For me, the process began when I read the course description even before the semester started. I got really excited about taking an idea from conception to market, and that's something that I'm fairly passionate about but relatively inexperienced with. And when I had the chance to look back at some of the ideas I've had over the last couple of years, I was inspired to utilize this shoulder rest office phone idea and translate that to our new age cell phone cases and provide additional utility without any real volume or weight penalties. And given the space in the phone case market, I thought it would be an interesting exercise. Much like all of you, it was the product function vetting and down selection process that really led me to understand what value I was offering the customer with this product concept. And that product concept really led to become an iPhone case which offers functions that enhance the comfort of using the phone hands-free in times when you need it, and functions that aren't noticeable when you don't. There's no need to fumble with additional accessories like Bluetooth headsets, and when you can comfortably use your phone hands-free with this standalone case made more attractive through sustainable materials and manufacturing processes. The phone case still performs all the standard functions in that it protects the phone from drops, scratches, and other impacts by covering all the exterior surfaces. But it also offers additional functionality through a set of nested retractable headphones and a pop-out shoulder rest. These additional functions come at negligible increases to phone case weight and volume increases, but yet offer the customer much more utility. While it wasn't until fairly late in the class that we started to learn about our customers' tendencies to use both their left and their right brains in the purchasing process, it became pretty evident to me that that was also true. Both practical and emotional aspects were at play there in developing concepts, so I was pretty strongly wanting to develop the pop-out shoulder rest from the beginning. But fortunately, through our exercises, I had the opportunity to take a look at some other methods for achieving the same outcome. And here we can see through my first prototype that I created a module that attaches to an existing phone case which has retractable headphones that nest into that extension of the case. This helped me understand approximately how much volume would be required to nest headphones like that, and also how much of an advantage it is to have something that takes care of that tangle of wires that you have in your pocket every time. Aha! Trusty pop-out shoulder rest phone case. Where have you been all my life? We can see here that even when in fixed condition, there's substantial utility with that additional 1.5 inch effective thickness increase of our cell phone. We don't even realize how often you transfer the phone from holding it against your head to pinning it with your shoulder while you're transferring things with your hand. That being said, it was hard to understand exactly how much utility there is for consumers with this additional functionality, but the beauty of our prototyping methods that we've learned about in class is that even non-fully functional products can still offer value. So I got a chance to test that with this second idea. Following the first two prototypes, it was very tempting to want to dive into a 3D CAD model and hone in on the details, but I realized that maybe taking a step back and starting with a 2D image and altering that through Photoshop would help me get what I wanted in the fastest manner possible, and that's what we're looking for here through the prototyping method. So you can see on the lower left, we start with the fully nested configuration where the headphones are retracted in and nested away, and the pop-out shoulder rest is nested as well. And then we see our functions come alive, and we have the ability to talk on our phone using the pop-out shoulder rest while we have extended our headphones ready to get them put in. Maybe we're walking down the street or have groceries in hand or or something like that. But here you can see both configurations and something to move forward on. The value in the product development process was most evident to me in the concept generation phase of this class. We had the opportunity to pick up new tools such as the Scamper method that allowed us to understand how the solution that we may have already envisioned fits into the larger scheme of opportunities to solve that same problem. The downside to the product development process in my mind was that we had relatively limited feedback for the successive prototypes that we had to make, and that feedback was available only a short time before we had to have that ready. So I would suggest that if we have the opportunity to use surveys and gather more information from the larger class body, that would be helpful. In evaluating the larger course, it became evident very quickly that what we really walk away with are a number of extremely valuable tools that we can continue to use in the future for the product development process. On the challenging side, it was difficult to know that there were always more posts than we were going to have time to read, with additional value looming just outside that reach. And other than a few irregularities in the lecture downloads, things went very smoothly. I would encourage the use of guest speakers via video like we had with Steve Blank and Alberto Savoia to continue to utilize the expertise that exists beyond the bounds of the Boulder classroom. Those were extremely valuable for me. Some lasting impressions to comment after the completion of these two classes. It's really been interesting to see an intersection between the academic, professional, and personal interests that I have through the product development and high technology ventures and marketing classes I've been taking, really tying everything together and helping me trying to figure out what's next for me. It's also been interesting to get an experience from afar regarding what Boulder's like, and even through student emails about the warnings of campus shutdowns for 420 and the kind of silly things that are going on around there, as well as the real preparation that these two classes have provided me, as I'm jokingly displaying in my integration function in the bottom between product development and high technology ventures and marketing, and becoming closer and closer to being startup ready. And that's a wrap from the Bug-Eyed Turtle creation from the workshop. Bid you adieu.